topic on the 10th anniversary, let me go ahead and just shout out a few quick items. If you are an Indiana resident and you are looking for ways to go ahead and support PNW students, we encourage you to go ahead and check out our specialty group recognition license plate that you can order through the Indiana BMV. It was available first thing to go ahead and start this year, and if you go to the Indiana BMV or you go online and you register or renew with that license plate, $25 of your purchase will go towards supporting PNW student scholarships. So to learn more information about that, go to pnw.edu/license-plate. If you are an area professional and you're looking to go ahead and enhance your career and or further your education, we encourage you to come and check out PNW's Graduate Program Showcase. That's going to be coming up on February 11th, and that'll be from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. in Alumni Hall of the Student Union and Library Building on the Hammond campus. And if you want to learn more information about that, go to pnw.edu/graduate-showcase. And one last item here, if you are a PNW student or you're one of our wonderful alumni, you can go and you're looking for a career change or career options, internships, and job opportunities, go ahead and check out our Spring Career Expo. Our friends with the PNW Career Center are going to be organizing that, and that's going to be for March 12th, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., and that's going to be hosted at the Fitness and Recreation Center. Go to pnw.edu/career-center to find out more information and to register. All right, we're ready to go ahead and dive into our main topic here to start out the program. We're talking about PNW's 10th anniversary. So when we look back here, we're starting out, it's 2026, 10 years. That went by very fast since the unification of Purdue Calumet and Purdue North Central to become Purdue University Northwest. And there's been a lot of ground that we have covered since then. So to help have a lively discussion about what has happened and what's to come, we have Katie Holderby and Catherine Olson here to help break it down for us. So to start out, let's talk about just a brief overview. What's the significance here as we're celebrating 10 years of PNW? And I should note, I did want to be able to bring both Katie and Catherine on because they are both serving on a committee with representation from across the university that is organizing the celebration that we're having this year. So whoever wants to take it away first.
Yeah, exciting year. I think that 2026 is going to provide Purdue Northwest an opportunity to celebrate the 10-year anniversary, and it's a culmination of everything that has happened over the past 10 years. I think that we naturally think of, the merging of the Purdue North Central and the Purdue Calumet campuses, but there's so many other things that have happened over the past 10 years. And Kale put together a list for us, and it was an exhaustive list. And I learned a lot reviewing your list. And I think some of the obvious things we think about buildings, and like the Nils building or the bell tower, or some changes that have gone on, structural changes that have gone on campus. The main zone, one of my favorite spaces for students. So those are the things that I think of when I think of 10 years, and all the things that Purdue Northwest has done to make improvements on campus for our students.
Yeah, it's a significant milestone for our campuses, for both Westville and Hammond locations. And honestly, we're really trying to focus on the impact that we've had on students over the last 10 years. And we have kind of started on this transforming students' lives kind of slogan that we're leaning into a lot. And we're helping students to change the trajectory of their lives. We focus on social mobility. They're changing their lives, but they're also changing the lives of their families, and they're contributing to our region. And so we want to focus on how our students are serving the region, how they're graduating and leading out in our communities, and that impact that they can have on not just the Northwest Indiana region, but really beyond and into the world.
Absolutely. And I think that provides a really perfect segue as we go into this conversation here to talk about impact for Purdue University Northwest. And both of you have really touched on those words and what's driving a lot of what we do when we come to campus and we support our students every day. Changing students' lives starts with us. so many of the different elements of what we do at Purdue University Northwest are focused on meeting students where they are, helping them find their inner resilience and grit and pursue to achieve their degrees and go on to make an impact for Northwest Indiana. So just looking at that a bit about some of the ways that we're very purposeful about enhancing the student experience. Right now at PNW, we have, at least by our most recent count, probably 100 plus student organizations. Just this most recent year, or I should say, before I get into that, we focus a lot on applied learning opportunities for our students. That's not only just in the classroom spaces, but it's also in some of the extracurricular opportunities that we also provide for them. So to be able to touch on that a little bit, Catherine, I'm going to go ahead and tee you up for this to start. So you've been involved in a few different areas at the university that have really focused and drilled down into enhancing the student experience and meeting those needs. Can you tell us a little bit about that and why that's been so important over these past few years?
Sure. Well, first, I think it's important to understand that over half of our students are first-generation students. And so they are coming to us with some needs that they need resources, they need to be connected to sometimes counseling. We connect them with advisors. We're trying to give them these wraparound services so that they can focus on their studies and they can be successful and graduate and get those careers that they're looking for. So we provide them with, like you said, we have over 100 student organizations. So we're complementing this high quality academic programming that we have, along with giving them some student life experiences as well. So we have the student organizations, we have student government, we have some clubs like Star Wars Club, the Baja Club. So our students are involved. We have athletics programs, intramurals. So our students have a well-rounded experience. We don't just have, we do have some students who are commuting to campus, but we have a strong residential life now. Which is apparent in the building of our new dorm that is going on, which is probably one of the most visually, significant things happening on our campus. So yes, we really try to focus on giving our students that, like I said, that wraparound service so that they can be successful in their time on campus and then in their future careers.
Absolutely. Just as a quick follow-up to that as well. So when we're looking at the most recent fall 2025 census, there was a 70.5% retention rate for the previous cohort. And like you said, you've been involved in a number of different initiatives that have been focusing on those wraparound services. So, one of those that we're looking forward to in this coming academic year will be a fuller implementation of the Student Success Hub, for example. But there's also been other efforts too, like introducing University College to be able to help undecided students as they're entering PNW. So, as you've been working with colleagues on this, what have you learned and what's been apparent for you about student needs as they're just entering the university and how we've helped them?
Yeah, so that student retention rate was a 4.5 percentage point increase over the year before. And a lot of that is attributed to an all hands on deck kind of mentality for campus. So we know that students interact with our advising staff and with our faculty, but they also interact with the bursar's office when they come to pay a bill, or people who are working around and beautifying our campus. Everyone is interacting in some way with our students. And so the chancellor has really asked our campus community to help in every way to make our students feel welcome and that they belong here and they can be successful. They're good enough, they're smart enough to get into our institution, and they're good enough and smart enough to stay. And so it's our job to help complement everything that they're doing in order to help them be successful. So we implemented first-year advising over the last year or so that our students can get connected to resources sooner so that they can be more successful. We are rolling out the Student Success Hub, which is so far, I just found out yesterday from Katrina Terrell, who's leading that initiative, that we had 40 students come to the open house house. And so these students are coming and they need someone to help them. It's almost like having a life coach. So we have advisors who work with our students and help them academically. And then we have these student success coaches who are then going side by side with advisors and helping with time management skills and figuring out how to get through some of these barriers that can keep a student from being successful. So again, we're just trying to give the students every opportunity to be successful while they're here at PNW.
Absolutely. Just to piggyback off the points that were raised as well about different physical spaces that have been updated on campus, it's been amazing to be able to see those coming together. Certainly the Nils K. Nelson Bioscience Building has been, one of those great landmarks that if you're coming in from like 173rd Street on to the Hammond campus, to be able to see that, that's been great. Of course, you mentioned Calumet Hall. It's progressing very nicely there where we're going to be expanding the student housing options that will be available on campus. Katie mentioned the main zone. Of course, that's been amazing to be able to see that space grow, and anytime that you go there, really, it's popping with activity. Just also this academic year, for example, we also were excited to renovated a computer lab space at the Hammond campus, as well as a microbiology lab space in the technology building on the Westville campus. And so it's all to say that as these new spaces are some of them new, but spaces are being renovated or they're being introduced, that there's a purpose there for enhancing that student experience. Many of our students and our core students, they're here full time. And so when we're providing them those spaces, then that's also enhancing their opportunity to be able to meet and collaborate with others and have a space that's welcome. So,
and those two spaces that you mentioned, the biology lab in Westville and also the computer lab on the Hammond campus, I want to add that those were alumni donor funded. And one of the things that's so exciting to me is to bring back alumni that say, oh, I graduated from Purdue Calumet. And when I take them on campus and I show them the main zone and the Nils K. Nelson building, the new computer lab, I think that alumni, are excited to see the improvements and want to give back. I think they want, whether it's their time, their talent, or their treasure, I think that they're, impressed by all the improvements just because it's so much different. The landscape is so much different than when they went to university at either the Hammond campus or the Westville campus. So, and it gets them excited about, looking at our students and envisioning their future and how it could be different than theirs, or, helping them get on the right path.
Yeah, we often hear them say, oh, I wish we had this when I was here.
Yeah, we do hear that
Things
a lot.
have changed so much.
Excellent. Well, shifting gears just a bit here, as we're going on some of our topics, let's talk about athletics. We know we love to be able to speak on that, and our men's ice hockey coach is going to be joining us for the second segment as we're going to be previewing the main event, so stick around for that. But just looking at just some quick highlights here for our PNW student athlete population, that has grown to over 520 as of this academic year. They play across 23 teams. Some of the most newest sports or groups that have been introduced, like stunt, women's ice hockey, women's flag football, track and field, of course. And we're also very proud that our student athletes they're an academically very successful group that we have. They have an incredibly high retention rate. They've had multiple consecutive semesters. At least from fall 2025, we were at 19, might be at 20.
It is at 20. I just got that update.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
3.0 or higher cumulative GPA. So lots to be proud about for our student athletes. Tell us about why that has also been such a major focus for enhancing the PNW student experience.
Well, the athletes bring such an energy to campus, and it spreads out throughout the entire student body. Like you said, they're competing in 23 different sports, and so we just added women's ice hockey, which will be starting, and women's flag football. Stunt just won. They were actually nationally ranked for their first season coming out. So it's really exciting for our students to be able to go to these games and to have the athletes, on the campus, and they really are the role model for how we want to have the overall student experience be for everyone on the campus. The student athletes do so well. Their retention rate is high. Their GPA is over 3.0 consecutively, and so we look at what happens in athletics and try to have that same experience for all of the students. Provide again those wraparound services for them. They have support from advising and support from faculty and other coaches and advisors, and so they really are great role models for the rest of our student population.
I agree. I think they add this energy on campus, and they're branded, and they everyone knows that they have that school spirit, and with other students and non-athletes, it makes them want to get more involved, and certainly get involved with student orgs and attend games and just be part of that whole feeling that sports brings to a campus.
Right. And we have champions on campus with us, individual champions and team champions with hockey and soccer. I know we'll probably talk about Chad Patrick, who plays for the Brewers. He made it into the MLB, so that was really exciting for our campus. And, he'll be visiting us tomorrow on campus for a little event. So just great overall excitement and energy that comes from our athletic program. Rick Costello does a great job as our athletic director, and but it is always students first. So that's why they do so well in the campus, in the classroom, is because we are keeping that focus on academic excellence always first.
Absolutely. Shifting gears a little bit here as well for our next subtopic here, talking about impact for Purdue University Northwest. So to just remind audiences, of course, the university's mission is tied to the land-grant institution tradition. So we're looking at that applied research aspect for the academics that are happening at the university, but also how that applied research is then being transferred to our communities that are around us and beyond to be able to make some of those transformational impacts. So just to give a few figures, $746 million in local income that is generated by university activities, and PNW supports 1 out of every 36 jobs in Northwest Indiana. That'd be about close to 10,500. And that's only getting better because we have a growing alumni community that should be greater than 70,000. And Katie, you feel free to update me if there's a better number or higher number to be able to say than that, who are very interested to be able to stay in Northwest Indiana and continue making an impact for our area as well. So what can you speak on about the land grant tradition in that sense?
Well, I would say, first of all, research has been growing on the campus, and we were almost to $17 million in external awards last year. I think the number I heard lately is around $8 million so far for this academic year. So our faculty are doing amazing work, and they are giving back to the community in that research. And we've had some significant awards. We have 3 fellows now on our campus. We have Needy Parashar, who became a fellow in physics, John DeRocher for physiology, and Julia Rogers for nursing. And so we're sticking with that land grant mission. We are giving back to our local economy. We are serving the region, and we want our students to do the same. So we have high caliber faculty that we are purposely recruiting to help us build our academic excellence, and then that transfers to our students, who then go out and serve the community and help to build up Northwest Indiana. So it is all about giving back to our communities, improving our surroundings, and making the world better overall.
Yeah.
And on that note, serving our community, we have alumni throughout Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland that serve in leadership roles. If you look at, the leader of the Northwest Indiana Regional Development Authority, Sherry Ziller, the leader of the South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority, Phil Talon, Center of Workforce Innovations, Lisa Doherty. I could go on and on because I know I'm going to miss someone. Urban League, Vanessa Allen McLeod. There's we could go on. Ryan Elankowski, Meals on Wheels, the Chicago Southland Tourism Office, Mary Patchen. So we are, creating these alumni that really are helping shape our communities and make a difference. They impact how we live, work, and play in Northwest Indiana, and that's from Purdue Northwest. They're alumni of Purdue Northwest, so we should be proud.
Absolutely. And we're going to be taking that pride with us throughout this year. And so tell us a little bit about what we can look forward to as we're celebrating 10 years of Purdue University Northwest.
Well, what our the culmination of the 10-year anniversary is on May the 29th. We have our 10-year anniversary gala, and we will be celebrating our Hall of Fame winner, which was just announced yesterday, which is Dino Yankees. He's a College of Business, Hospitality, and Tourism management graduate who has served our community well with white lodging services and really helped build the tourism industry, not only in Northwest Indiana, but across the entire country. In addition to that, we'll be recognizing our alumni winners, and we have a Campus Pride winner, Aaron Protzman, and we have an Emerging Leader winner, and that's Spencer Summers. And also we have the Pride of PNW, which is Ryan Elankowski with Meals on Wheels. So we're looking forward to celebrating that and celebrating our 10-year anniversary, which is what it's all about.
Right. And we'll start really kicking off our 10-year celebrations on Founders Day, which is the first Friday in March every year. We celebrate the beginnings of Purdue Northwest. And during that event, we recognize our outstanding faculty, staff, and students who have made significant contributions throughout the previous academic year. And so it's a great opportunity for our campus community to come together to celebrate. And we've been doing this since 2017. So we were unified in 2016, and then every year we celebrate the founding of Purdue Northwest. So this is a significant milestone for us, being the 10th year. So it'll be a little bit of an extra special celebration. Also, it just happens to be 2026. We'll be celebrating the U.S. Semi-Quincentennial.
Say that fast.
That was impressive.
So 2026 is a great year. We're excited. There's a lot of excitement on campus, and I think we're just all looking forward to being able to celebrate all the hard work that our faculty and staff have been putting in over these past 10 years. The committee is also working on other ways for us to incorporate celebrating these 10 years in just everything that we do. So if a department is having a special celebration, they can get this kit that allows them to have some swag that's related to the 10-year anniversary. So we're trying to incorporate this celebration in everything we do. When we bring people on campus, we want them to recognize and see that this is significant to us. It's significant to our faculty, our staff, our students, and it's significant to the community because we are here to serve, and we have this gem right in our backyards in Westville and Hammond. We have this amazing academic institution that is truly changing students' lives, and it's right here for all of us to enjoy. And so it's time for us to celebrate and really embrace everything that we've been able to accomplish over these last 10 years.
Absolutely. While we just have a couple quick minutes, let's talk about also that we're looking forward to this year. We're implementing our new strategic plan. Tell us a little bit about that too.
Yes. So it's called Excellence Evolving, and it goes from 2025 to 2030. And so this is the year where we're trying to really roll it out more committee meetings and focusing on our values, which spell out RISE. So it's respect, innovation, student-centric, and excellence. And so we're focusing on those values. We have a new logo that incorporates our bell tower that we're all very proud of. It's a great symbol, and that's been built in the last 10 years, was designed by our College of Technology students. So the strategic plan helps us all focus on what's important for the university, and we want to make sure that everyone is on board and that we all know what direction, because we've had a great 10 years and we can't take the foot off the gas. We're going to keep pushing and innovating and making things better.
Excellent. Well, time flies really fast on the PNW Today program, so that's going to go ahead and close out our first segment. Katie and Catherine, thank you so much for sharing a little bit more about the impact that PNW is having for students, for Northwest Indiana and beyond. We have a lot to look forward to, obviously, as we reflect and focus on our bright future. And if anyone wants to find out more information, go to pnw.edu/10th-anniversary. 10th, and there'll be numeral 10th-anniversary, and you can find out more information about PNW. So that's going to, like I said, it's going to go ahead and close out our segment. We're going to go ahead and just take a quick break, and we're going to do a quick little guest swap. Stick around. We're going to be talking about the main event. Get ready to mark your calendars and come out and support PNW men's ice hockey. So stick around. Okay, welcome back from the commercial break. Again, you're listening to PNW Today. It's Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. If you're listening on WJOB, JED TV, or JED TV podcasts, we're happy to have you on board with us. Again, I'm Cale Wilk. I serve as a media and communication specialist in the Office of Marketing Communications at PNW. And for our second segment of the morning, we're going to be previewing the main event. And of course, we always like to tease Maine, like the Lions Mane, M-A-N-E, the main event that's going to be coming up. We're barreling toward February 2026. So to go ahead and talk about what we have to look forward to for that event, just reintroducing Katie Holderby, Director of Alumni Engagement, is in the studio with us. Katie's doing double duty today because she was just on to talk about 10th anniversary, so she's sticking with us for this segment as well. Katie, thank you very much for your time this morning.
Thank you for having me again, Kayla.
And joining us now is going to be Carl Trozine, our head coach for the ACHA D1 men's ice hockey team at PNW. Carl, thank you so much for making it out early to come here and talk all things main event and hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to be here.
All right. So to go ahead and start out, let's just give a little bit of a brief overview about what the main event exactly is and what it entails. Katie, go ahead and take it away.
The main event is a sporting event. I think we're in our 7th year. I could be wrong, but I think we're in our 7th year, and we celebrate our alumni, our donors, our friends, athletics, faculty, staff, and we bring everyone together for this event. And this year it's going to be at the Cube with the men's hockey team. I just love the space there. It's going to be so much fun. It's on Thursday, February 5th, so it is 2 weeks from today. And the men's they drop the puck at 7:30 p.m. And once again, we'll be celebrating together. And it's a great networking event. It's a great time to catch up, talk about PNW, talk about athletics, talk with our friends, and about all the exciting things that are going on campus. But in addition to the hockey game, we'll have refreshments and drinks there as well.
Absolutely. So both of you are free to go ahead and take it away here, but just tell us a little bit about it. If you haven't had an opportunity to come to the Cube, and I very much echo Katie's sentiments. When it's full and it's rocking, it's a fun place to be. So tell us a little bit about the environment, and as well as some of the different amenities that folks can partake in while they're there.
Yeah, no, I'll start. So I've been here 4 years now, and I've been to 3 of these. Not sure I ever saw the day that we were going to host one of these with hockey, so it's really exciting for us and our guys. Like, we've always been to these. So to be able to be the attraction that night is definitely a change, but it's something we really welcome, and we're looking forward to hosting. On the flip side of that, yeah, that building's a different building when it's packed and when it's loud. We saw that at playoff time the last 2 years. With the crowds that we've brought in, so it's a different animal. It's small enough that it gets really loud, and we sense that and we can feel that. So yeah, I'm extremely excited about. Again, you don't know what this event's going to look like yet, but I'm really, really interested to see what they've got planned and how it plays out. And maybe I'm going to regret this, but it's really nice for a change to be able to just show up and play a hockey game instead of show up and do everything else we have to do on that night. But yeah, it's going to be nice. It's going to be a good change.
Yeah, the hockey team will be the stars. It is a shift instead of the hockey team watching a game. They're the stars. So that's why we're looking forward to some. Plus, they have a great record now, and I think there's a lot of buzz on campus about the hockey team. I know that they, when they're on campus too, when I see them on campus. There's a lot of energy there, and I think they want everyone to get excited about their team and what they're doing this year.
Mm-hmm. And a great group of just ambassadors, and goes for many of our student athletes. They're fantastic ambassadors. Men's ice hockey has been a standout, of course, and we're very appreciative.
Thank you for that. That means a lot, actually. Yes.
And because we love to be able to shout out website URLs, pnw.edu/main-event. That's where you can find out information about the upcoming main event. And as Katie said, this is going to be happening on February 5th. And if you want to be able to register, go ahead and visit that website. And we'd be happy to have you join us. So let's go ahead and also talk a little bit about the Chancellor's Cup Challenge. That's also going to be, that'll be concluding for the main event. So would you like to expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we all love competition, right?
Yeah.
And especially coaches and our teams. But I love the Chancellor's Cup because it really brings the whole campus community together in a competitive way. And what the Chancellor's Cup Challenge is collecting food by colleges and departments to give to our campus food pantry. Last year, Institutional Advancement won the competition. So we're proud to say that, and hopefully we'll bring it home again this year. But once again, I just love the team spirit. I love that we're all communicating within our departments to say, hey, we need to do this to bring in more donations, and we want to win this. And in the end, it's for our students. So that's important for all of us.
Absolutely, and it's very emblematic of that energy where we have, as we were talking about just on the previous segment, changing students' lives starts with us. At Purdue University Northwest, the faculty and staff, and of course the students too, we all very much care about each other and want to be able to support each other how we can. And we understand that there are students in our campus community who do face food insecurity. During this most recent semester, we had a previous PNW Today program where the current president of the Campus Food Pantry Committee, Molly Bowler, came on, and she was able to share some great information about why supporting the food pantry is impactful. And that was actually teeing up for Giving Tuesday that occurred in December. And we had just a record participation for that in December 2025. So if you're somebody that did make a gift to the PNW Food Pantry for Giving Tuesday, a little bit of a belated thank you and message of gratitude for your support. We really appreciate that. But exactly to Katie's point, the Chancellor's Cup Challenge is that great opportunity for us to be able to come together, of course, with that little element of friendly competition to be able to support our students in that way. And we're going to show up and show out the best way that we can. So shifting gears just a little bit here, let's take a little bit of a dive. I'm going to go ahead and channel Rick Costello here and put Carl on the spot here to give us a little bit of an update on men's ice hockey. So, Coach, we're getting toward the tail end of the regular season. How are things looking so far and again, for the ACHA D1 men's ice hocky team?
We're down to like 3 regular season weekends left. So it's going to be a big one. We got, obviously, not that we're off this weekend. The next weekend is our outdoor game at Crown Point, and the next weekend's main event. So we got some events coming up here that are going to make it fly, maybe even a little bit more.
Tell us about Crown Point. What
yeah.
Now I got to make sure I attend that one.
Absolutely. So we are down there Friday. That's going to be January 30th, 7:30 as well. That's just always a nice event because we have so many admin and so many faculty and staff that live down there and call that home. I mean, we're down there as well, me and my family. So to be able to go down there and go outside and kind of, you've all seen the Winter Classic, and the guys absolutely love going down there and going outside. It's actually become one of the hot dates on our schedule when teams call about what weekends are available. Teams want to come in and play that weekend now, and that's not always a thing. And then we're involved in the youth learn to play hockey down there as well. So getting those kids out and getting those kids to be able to come see us play is obviously. You got to get back to some of that grassroots building. Like hockey in Northwest Indiana hasn't traditionally been a hotbed for hockey. And if we're going to continue to be here and have hockey, like I feel like we have to take an active role in kind of changing that at the youth level. And we're trying our best to do that.
Excellent. And just looking as well at the season so far, I connected with Joey Scott a little bit just to get a little bit of some of the 411 on what some of the highlights have been recently. So, for example, the team recently swept Grand Valley State.
We did, yeah.
That was a pretty big accomplishment. Tell us about that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was my last stop before this one, so that's always special, right? You know what I mean? But no, it was they're sitting right behind us in the national rankings, so to be able to take 2 games the way we did probably helped solidify ourselves a little bit in the rankings. And like I said, with 3 weeks to go, I mean, we're all worried about that, right? Because we're really, really close to punching our ticket to a 3rd straight national championship tournament, which is obviously the goal of our season. At the end of the day, is to get there and see how many games you can win there. So we're really close to making that a reality here, and so, yeah, obviously that was a big weekend kind of on that path to get there for sure.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Joey was also sure to mention that Cooper Olson, he is ranked among the top 5 goalies in save percentage and shutouts. This has been fantastic for Cooper.
Cooper's been kind of the backbone of our hockey team for 4 years. I'm going to be sad to see him go. But he's got some good job offers out there, so he'll be fine. But yeah, no, he's an engineering kid, so he'll be fine, right? But at the end of the day, no, he's been a huge piece of this program for the 4 years I've been here. And, yeah, we're going to miss him, but boy, he's a special hockey player.
Yeah, absolutely. And so just looking at the GL6 conference, really, really tough competition. Like we said, we were talking about, PNW being a ranked team, but there's other ranked teams that PNW is going head-to-head against.
Five of 7 are in the top 20.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's the toughest conference in the country right now at our level.
Yeah. So let's take a look at a little bit of a preview. So yeah. Hope College is going to be the visiting opponent for the evening of the main event. They're sitting at number 2 in the GL6 conference. Again, also a ranked team. Preview the opponent for us, and what are you looking at for that match?
Yeah, so interestingly, the last 3 weeks we've swapped places. It's just been a flip. It's been 14-15. We've just jumped each other back and forth the last 3 weeks. So it's one of those weekends. They're a really, really good hockey team. Their top 6 is really good, so we have to have an answer for that. Their top 6 forwards. And then, they've got some goaltending back there, so we got to find a way to score goals. They should be 2 really, really, we're playing them twice, obviously, but once at home, it should be a really, really good hockey game. Should be 2 really, really evenly matched hockey teams.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll bring the energy.
That would be great.
Yeah, and just to reemphasize that, Carl, tell us about, when you have a strong, we say home ice rink, this time home ice rink advantage here, what does that help provide for the team?
I think the hardest thing for maybe people that aren't on the bench is you get to, there's stretches in every game where the energy dips a little bit, right? Where you kind of get in, the middle of the second period, it's the middle of the game. Nothing really exciting has happened in the last 4 or 5 minutes of play, and that energy kind of dips a little bit. But when you got a packed barn and for some reason it just gets loud, and it could be something as stupid as like you're playing a game or there's something on the video board that somebody reacts to, and the guys hear it. It kind of rejuvenizes that energy, right? So it's easier to maintain through 60 minutes that energy level when there's noise in the building at whistles and when the building's buzzing. So it's really, that's the biggest thing. It's just the energy, and then those big moments when it is a little bit louder because there's more people, then obviously, everybody feels that, right? So I think it's easier to maintain energy level for 60 minutes when there's that buzz in the building, for sure.
Yeah. One thing builds on another, right?
100%.
And again, just shouting out URLs, pnw.edu/main-event. That's where you can go to find information to register, or pnwathletics.com as well to be able to find out ticket information. So to help bring our radio program home for this, let's go ahead and talk about alumni engagement. Katie, I'm going to go ahead and tee you up here. So as you mentioned, the main event is one of those great ways to be able to welcome back our many esteemed alumni that we have from Purdue University Northwest. So tell us a little bit about what your office does in connecting with alumni and what some of those basic ways are that people can go ahead and reach out to you if they are interested in reconnecting with the university.
Yeah, we have a little more than 70,000 alumni out there, and we're fortunate because a good majority of them are in Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland area, and we love bringing them back on campus to meet with our students. I think that's whether it's a panel in front of students, whether it's a classroom, or whether it's going to a sporting event. We love to bring them back just so we can showcase our student population and our student success and show them our new sports that we have coming on campus, whether it's the women's hockey team or a stunt team, or we always want to show them those improvements that have been made on campus. We love the main event because it's, once again, it's a culmination of, it's one of those events that we're bringing together faculty, staff, athletes, and alumni to really network and find that connection and reconnect with PNW. We're celebrating, as we mentioned in our last segment, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. So we're looking forward to the Hall of Fame and Alumni Awards, which will be in late May, on May 29th. So that gives us another opportunity to celebrate those alumni who have really made a difference in our communities and on campus.
Absolutely. So if there's somebody who is an alum of the institution and they want to be able to reconnect, what are the basic ways that they can go ahead and do that? So just a shout out to URL pnw.edu/alumni. That's the main landing page that they can go ahead and go to. What are some of those basic steps that they can do just to get connected right away with you?
Yeah, so they can reconnect through the website, and on that page they can connect with our staff and connect with us. They can absolutely come to Lashy Hall. The alumni office is open. It's an open office, so on the third floor of Lashy Hall on the Hammond campus. We've had many alumni that have stopped by just to say, hey, can you give me a tour? Hey, I want to learn more about something. We have alumni reach out to us and ask about our Career Center. I think that it's important for our alumni to know that they can connect with our Career Center throughout their lives. That they are an alumni, so they have access to our Career Center and to the resources in the alumni office.
Excellent. Are there any other commonly asked questions that come up for you when you're meeting with alumni who want to reconnect?
I think we do get questions about giving back, whether it's giving back through their time, talent, or treasure. We've had inquiries about scholarships and setting up endowments or scholarships for our students. Once again, if they make that connection through when they went to school or after, they really want to find ways to give back. Lately, through social media, just because we have a pretty robust social media presence. So if we highlight an alumni, we get a lot of inquiries from other alumni who want to get more involved. I think that's always helpful. We want to make sure that our students follow our alumni page as well, so they can kind of look at our alumni and say, oh, I could be that one day. So that's important to us too, to show the career paths of our alumni.
Mm-hmm. And they also have, among their different ways that they can get involved, some of them have served on advisory boards. Some of them are invited to be able to come back and visit classrooms. Toward the latter part of the fall 2025 semester, of just thinking about the College of Business had an alumni week. So your office has a hand in being able to help organize that in case there's anyone that wants to be able to, like you said, give of their time and their energy and their expertise, really, in getting to impart that for for our students?
Absolutely. We have an advisory board, the alumni office, in addition to our colleges have their respective alumni, or not alumni advisory boards, but advisory boards, which some of them have alumni on those advisory boards. But a good example, thank you for bringing that up, Kale, is the College of Business with Alumni Week. I think that's a great event. We bring in alumni from all different fields that go into our classrooms and speak with our students, and they really make an impression on our students.
Yeah, absolutely. And just on the athletics side, Carl, what can you tell us about the importance of alumni re-engaging with that community as well?
No, hockey's only 7 years old, so we're just starting to kind of see that. But yeah, no, it's important to us, and it's important to build a base there. And obviously, with our alumni that are leaving now, like they've had such a great experience, you just want them to, it's not always about money. It's about coming back and just being active and just sharing kind of the culture and what we've established with the next wave of athletes, and hopefully they'll do the same. And looking forward to building that for sure.
Excellent. And circling back here on ways that we're going to be celebrating some of our esteemed alumni, Katie, go ahead and tell us about our Alumni Hall of Fame inductee and award selections, just in case anyone didn't have an opportunity to tune in for the first segment. We're very excited to be able to do the big reveal.
We are excited. We're excited for the big reveal, and it's a big year too. Once again, the 10-year anniversary. But Dino Yankees is our Hall of Fame inductee this year. He graduated from the College of Business and the Hospitality School. He's had an impressive career with White Lodging Services, which has had a huge presence in Northwest Indiana over the past probably more than 50 years. So he has made an impact on Northwest Indiana, in addition to making an impact across the entire country. White Lodging Services really spread its wings under Dino's leadership, and he's given back to the university, and he has just had an impressive career. So we're looking forward to celebrating Dino. In addition to that, we're celebrating our alumni award winners for the second year. Our Pride of PNW award winner is Ryan Elankowski, who's the president CEO of Meals on Wheels in Northwest Indiana. Our emerging leader award winner is Spencer Summers, who works for NiSource. And lastly, we have our Campus Pride award winner, Aaron Protzman, who comes out of the communications department on campus. So it's going to be a fun night, and we look forward to celebrating all of them.
Absolutely. And also looking at the main event and welcoming back our alumni, it's a great way to also be able to remind them about some of the different ways that they are able to, if they have the capacity, and if they want to generously give back to our students, they will have some opportunities to be able to go ahead and do that. So one of those is going to be Day of Giving. That's going to be coming up in April.
April 29th, 2026 is Day of Giving, and we're looking forward to that. I know athletics is always very involved in Day of Giving and does a yeoman's job at reaching out to our alumni, and their alumni do a great job at supporting athletics.
That's our biggest fundraiser for hockey. That's been our biggest fundraiser the last 2 years, and it's amazing how much money you can raise if you just get out there and ask.
Yeah. And also, we did, of course, mention earlier in the hour, PNW Specialty Group recognition license plates are available. If you are an Indiana resident and you're going to be registering or renewing for a license plate, we hope that you'll consider a Purdue University Northwest Specialty Group recognition license plate. Again, when you register, whether you go visit in your nearest Indiana BMV location or online, $25 of your purchase will go towards supporting scholarships for PNW students. And pnw.edu/license-plate is the website where we have more information available. So again, we encourage you to, if you want to find a way to be able to support PNW students, that's a great way to be able to do it. And then you have a nice, tangible way to be able to have that on your vehicle, ride with spirit for Purdue University Northwest, and know that you're making an impact. You're helping us change students' lives. So we're just about to go ahead and wrap up here for the January 22nd PNW Today program. I want to give a big thank you to Katie Holderby and Carl Trezine for coming on in to help preview the main event. We have a lot to be able to look forward to with that. Any last thoughts that you want to be able to share as we close out?
Nope, just main event Thursday, February 5th at the Cube in Hammond. We hope to see you there.
Yeah. Everybody come support the team. And, no, seriously, it's going to be a great time. It'll be a great time. So, yeah, if you're not busy, come on out and hang out with us.
Excellent. And don't forget your winter wear.
Yeah,
No,
it is cold.
It's cold in
It is
there.
cold
Don't
in
forget
there.
that.
So, yeah, no, don't forget that.
All right. Well, for anyone that was able to tune in today, or if you're listening with podcasts after the fact, thank you so much for your time. And we will be sure to connect with you later in February for our next PNW Athletics Today and PNW Today topics. So until then, take care, stay warm during these frigid days, and we'll see you next time.